Right, everybody, welcome to the Gilbert Gordon Oval here today in Woodend for the big match between the Hawks and the Diggers+Rest Boroughs. Unfortunately, with the COVID restrictions in place, we can't have a crowd here today, but we'll try and bring you as much of the colour and action of the big senior football game as we can. Early results from today in the reserves: the Boroughs knocked off the Hawks in a top-of-the-table clash by around 4 goals, so they moved to second on the ladder. The Hawks dropped down to third. In the under-19 netball, the Hawks got over the line in that one, and in the B and C grade netball, the Boroughs snuck through there. Big game here today. Absolutely magnificent conditions for football, about 15, 16 degrees. Best day we've seen in Woodend in July, I think, for a long, long time. So usually we expect snow, but it's sun's out today and it's magnificent weather for football. Paney is going to be joining me in commentary in just a sec once he gets off the phone. So he'll be doing some special comments and commentary today as well. We're just having a few little issues with buffering and stuff, so bear with us. Hopefully the stream comes through pretty well for you and you can follow the game this afternoon. So we're not far away from getting underway here. Looks like the Hawks are kicking to the town end, and the Boroughs up towards the golf course. And Paney's he's off the phone now. So here he is. G'day, Paney. How are you, mate?
Good, AJ. How are you? It's good to be here.
Yeah, beautiful. Just saying, best day in Woodend for a long time. You would have played in a few worse, interesting conditions at this ground over the years.
Yeah, it's been certainly no consistency in weather. We've had some absolute shockers and absolute pearlers of a day. So it's exciting to be here. Barely any clouds in the sky, and wind isn't too bad, so it should be a ripping contest today, I reckon.
That's it, mate. Better than the 4 degrees it was last Saturday and snowing. So you've pulled the right straw that extra week of COVID restrictions here. So we're just about ready to go. So as we said, the Hawks kicking down towards the Woodend end of the ground, and the Boroughs heading towards the golf course. So big game. The Diggers+Rest boys sitting, I think, in second on the ladder at the moment. Is that right?
Third or fourth. I think they're just on percentage or maybe a game behind Riddle, but I believe Riddle have got Wallen today, so that should be another ripping game up at Wallen as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's plenty of interest in those top 4 positions, which is what it's going to be now in the finals, cut down to a top 4. So here we go with the first quarter action from the Gilbert Gordon Oval. It's going to be a great game. Hopefully the Hawks knocked off the Boroughs here back in 2019, the last time they played. Ball in the ground in dispute. Vistarini picks it up for the Hawks, just pushes a handball out towards the Diggers+Rest side, and they push it down towards half forward. Contest down there. Hepburn punches away from lob. Laurie tackle without the footy, I think, and Cole Laurie, one of the veterans of the RDFNL, has a chance to bang through the first goal of the day.
Yeah, it's a not too bad start there. Diggers lefty got himself into a really good position, and he's well within range. It's a good kick. I'd back him more from this range than if he was 20 metres out, so we'll see how the toe ball goes.
He's been spending a bit of time down back line the last few years, so just working his way back forward again now in his later years.
He did. Once Sean took over as coach back in 15, he went back to half back and even played a few games at full back, but then the last couple of years he's come back to the forward line and presenting a really good option, and he's got speed, he's got power, so he's a great option up forward.
Absolutely, mate. He's been a star of the competition for a long time. He didn't hit it that well, but it's just got there. All clear, just cleared the players' hands in the goal square there. So the Boroughs are on the board first. 1 straight 6. The Hawks yet to score. And a great start there for the Diggers+Rest guys. A quick clearance out of the centre and they're away.
It's a good start. You can never complain about kicking a goal in the first minute of the game. So certainly helps, and good confidence booster for lefty up forward too, because once he gets on a roll, it's pretty hard to stop. But we'll see how the Hawks bounce back here through the middle.
Absolutely, mate. Got a couple of Diggers+Rest players for us to keep an eye on today?
Yeah, well, Mort's is really starting to come back into his game. He started the season a little bit slow, and so he's out on the wing here, and I think if he can get himself out in a bit of space, and he's a great user of the footy, I think he'll be the one to really look out for today.
Rightio, another centre clearance for the Boroughs there. They push it down towards the forward pocket. Ball rolls towards the boundary line and over the line and out of bounds. And a throw-in down there. Deep in attack for the Boroughs again. They've started fast today. 2 centre bounces, 2 quick clearances in there. A free kick to advantage with a big fella in the middle there in Sean Egan, a big ruckman. Certainly the height advantage over the Hawks ruckman stable today. Thrown in. Gets to the back of the contest there. Quick snap from the Diggers+Rest player, couldn't pick it up there, rolls towards the line, gathered by Gove. He bangs it away. Ball in dispute over on the half back line now for the Boroughs, picked up there by Egan, handballed it out the back door. At the back once again, now they push it inside forward 50 once again for a third time today. Ball in dispute, pushes towards Bramley, comes in for the Hawks now, push towards Gawthrop, who gave it to Stapleton. Stapleton off the right boot, kicks towards the wing. Punched away, comes towards Delahaye. Delahaye, now a chance to go forward for the Burrows in Caruana. Into the pocket, Laurie almost with the mark. Front on contact, so a free kick to Shepherd. The 200-game veteran for the Hawks in the back pocket. Shepherd now drives it up towards the half-back line. Contest between Pears and Krull. Krull punched it away. Burrows gather again, lining up out the back door. Came towards McMahon. A throw, in fact, now. And a free kick to Tate Pears, the former Essendon bomber. Chips it out towards Bramley. Bramley, not much on offer up forward. Goes down. Nest of Burrows there. Comes towards the back of the pack. Egan, the ruckman, with a chance to gather again. Gives it across to Jackson. Jackson over the top towards Evans. Evans gathers now. Handball to Delahaye. Delahaye inboard. Gets it back again now from his Diggers Rest teammate. Comes inside once again. Across to McMahon. McMahon up towards half full, but Stapleton's there. Oh, dropped the chest mark, but Simo was quick on the whistle, as he has been for a long time, Pony.
Oh, he's a bit of a legend, isn't he, old Simo? He loves getting that whistle in that mouth. So, the Hawks got away with that one. So as they move the ball out to deep out in the wing, out our side.
So it's Franzi. Franzi now chips up towards, in the way there. Once again was Evans. Came towards Alexander. Alexander inside to Bramley. Bramley across to Lavery. Lavery got the handball away to Pears. Pears a snap inside 50. Plenty of Burrows players there, but gets to the back now. Wilson in pursuit for the Hawks. But coming across to clear now for the Burrows inside to Krull. Krull once again, another one who's been a superstar of the competition for a long time. A magnificent kick out towards the former grandstand side of the ground. And they can look to bring it inside 50 once again now as a centering kick towards Caruana. Caruana across now to Cale Morton, the former Demon. Morton gets it to Lob. Lob, the coach, goes towards the goals, will just fall short. Punched away. Oh, falls into lefty Laurie's hands, and he just takes the cherry there and gets the Burrows second of the day. 2 straight 12. The Hawks yet to score, and he can sniff a goal out, can't he, Lefty?
Oh, he loves it. He definitely loves it. But it all started really well through the back from Taylor Hine out to Cameron McCabe. He's probably one of the best ground or field kickers in the comp. He's got an amazing left foot. Come across Caruana, and that's probably one of the best recruits we've had for a long time. Caruana too, from Romsey, being a Bowen medalist, and then you're out to Morton, and then so it's a fair stint across the ground.
Yeah, lovely chain there. It was a great centering kick to just open the whole ground up there. Fantastic vision to find Caruana, and he was able to push it inside 50. And Laurie with 2 early goals, great start for the Burrows. 2 straight plays. The Hawks yet to score. Up they go once again. Stapleton and Eagleton comes towards Vistarini. He's tackled quickly, wrapped up, ball in dispute in the middle of the ground. The umpire will come in and ball it up once again. So Eagleton and Stapleton go at it again. Egan with their hand on it. Came towards French for the Hawks. Handball out the back door, gathered by Morton. He was tackled straight away. Towed forward by Lavery. Might have been in danger, I think. Yeah, it was. And a free kick's going to go to Cale Morton. And he has a chance to drive the Burrows inside 50 once again. Instead, he just chips it short. Gets it to Cam McCabe. Haven't seen him with the ponytail in the hair before, mate, so it's probably thrown me a little bit there. Down towards the half-forward line. And here's Brockwell.
Likes to be referred to as Frothwell.
Frothwell doesn't mind a froth.
He loves the froth.
Right, that's it. So he's looking inside 50 now. Plenty of Hawk players pushing back. So he's probably going to bang it to the top of the square, I would have thought. And Brockwell off the side of the boot there, and that'll go out of bounds on the full, and the Hawks will have a chance to relieve it in the back pocket. And it's not his best kick, Pappy. He was on the frothies last night.
Maybe he was probably thinking about the frothies at about 5 o'clock this afternoon. This is not a good sort of spot. This is what the Diggers like. They press right up, so if Woodend can get it over the top, then they're out here. But you'll find that Diggers press up quite well when the ball's deep forward.
Right, so it comes to the skipper of the Hawks in Al Ray. He's got it at half back. So he looks to drive it down towards the wing now. So Ray pops it up. Plenty of Burrows here once again. Egan, the big ruckman, couldn't take the mark. Came to Evans at the back. Got a cross into the middle of the ground now. Great running from the back there from Jackson. He decides to go back and they'll just reset now. Kicks towards the outer side of the ground. Mark Spilt. Chance from the push forward once again, though. They're moving the ball beautifully at the moment. Lovely chain of handballs. Kicks towards the lob, but it's turned over. Marked by Hepburn, plays on straight away. Goes towards the far side. Giddings with a chance, but off his hands and out of bounds. They really are using the ball nicely by hand and foot to start the game, mate.
They certainly are. They're running well, and you can see with Karuna basically getting the ball out in the far wing and then following his own work up. It's just, I guess, Lobsy just had a different view of where the ball was coming. They probably should have kicked that ball a bit deeper to him because he was expecting it to come over the top. So, but that's okay. It's early in the game, and everyone's still finding their feet early.
Absolutely, mate. Exactly right. Ball comes in. Be another bounce, though, on the far side of the ground. Tossed up, Stapleton and Egan once again. They'll probably do most of the rucking most of the day. Vistorini gathers for the Hawks. Off the left boot, goes inside 50. Look at heading towards Pears. Kroll cut across and knocked it off. He's got it back once again. Oh, did he get his foot to the ball there? No, he's holding the ball. Great tackle from the Hawks skipper there in the Wiz Al Ray, and he can try and get the Hawks on the board for the first time today. Great tackle there, mate.
It was a great tackle. It was also a great kick in. Gave Pears a really good shot at it. Generally, someone of his calibre would probably expect it to swallow something like that, even though it's contested. But again, the boys, the Hawks moved it well and got reward for it. Now we're having a shot on goal.
Absolutely, mate. So it's been a rare entry inside 50 in the first 10 minutes or so of the game. So Ray, the skipper, with a chance to put one on the board to give the Hawks a bit of confidence after the fast start from the Burrows. So from about 40 metres out off the right, but it looks like a magnificent kick. Splits the middle of the goals, and the Hawks are on the board. They're 1 straight 6. The Burrows 2 straight 12, and about 10 minutes gone in the first quarter. And coaches love forward line pressure, mate, when they turn over like that with tackles. That'll really please the coaching staff.
Yeah, absolute diamond dozen those sort of goals. If you can just stay in the contest, especially as a forward, and keep your feet, and then sort of at least lay a tackle or get the ball spilled out and get the ball out of bounds. As a forward, that's considered a win as well, because then you get to reset and give the midfielders a chance to get up. And sort of you can get a second score out of a second effort. It's massive.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Locking that ball inside that forward 50 once you get it in there. If you don't score the first time, just keeping it down there to get the goal on the board. That's what coaches love, that forward line pressure. So back towards the middle of the ground now. So the Hawks are on the board. Burrows had the majority of the play for the first 10 minutes, so that was important for the Hawks for a bit of confidence just to get a goal on the board there. So Stapleton, Egan's gone to the bench. So it looks like, is that Tykman coming to the ruck? Is it for 16? Or is that
Mitchy Brockwell?
Oh, he's into the middle, right? So he's very adaptable. Free kick paid there, the Hawks, for a throw, and it's going to Franzi. So Franzi with a chance to drive the Hawks forward once again. He goes deep inside 50. Alexander up, punched away from him, comes towards the Burrows with a chance to clear now from Hine. Doesn't help, he's turned it over and finds Bianco. So Bianco, about 45 out, he's probably a fraction too far out to score. He drills it in towards the pocket, punched away, comes towards the Hawks play now through Falakis. Sold a bit of candy, dropped the ball though, that'll be holding the ball. And a good chance now for the Burrows to clear from the back line. So that was Delahaye, goes towards the outer side and finds Brockwell. That man, he's getting plenty of the footy early on today. Evans. Wow, magnificent pick up there. Was that Caruana again? Payne, he is absolutely on fire so far. Fogarty, I think, on the far side there. Finds Evans once again. He's moving plenty from wing to wing so far. Brings it inside. Dangerous kick. Might turn out all right now, though. Laurie gave it across.
Kick it
to McCabe. Cam McCabe. He's been a star of the competition for a long time, and he doesn't miss opportunities like that. And the Burrows get it to 3 straight 18. The Hawks 1 straight 6. And a little bit of risk reward there, mate. It was a bit of a dangerous kick inside the corridor there, but they got away with it.
They did get away with it, and a little bit lucky, and then sort of got the ball out in the space, and then good handball by lefty out to McCabe for that goal. But it was just a bit unlucky for the Hawks too, running into each other. And but again, showed commitment to the footy, and unfortunately sort of went over the top of each other, and Diggers were lucky enough to get the goal. But guys having a crack, and that's all you can ask for, really.
That's it, mate. Both sides pumping in so far, pretty hard so far today. A lovely finish from McCabe there to get his first goal on the board. So the Burrows by 12 points, about 15 gone. Brockwell and Stapleton go at it once again. Bianco got the ball off the left foot, just chips it out towards the half-back line. Clearing kick there for the Burrows, but it's gone a bit wide, I think. In fact, Jaden Laddon just inside the line, just in front of Chris Lawton there, and a throw in the forward pocket.
He's a good little recruit, Chris Lawton. So he was with us 2016, then went and played a year or two with Airport West, and he's come back now. I think he's about 23, 24 and 6'2", so it's a nice one to get back, and versatile too, so he can go centre half forward, out to centre half back, even into the ruck.
Nice. Franzi with a quick clearing kick, he just grabbed it out of the ruck, came towards Ray, and in the contest there, comes towards inside the middle of the ground there now. And holding the ball, Pay, that's there's a bit of a head clash, I think, there. Two players very slow to get back to their feet. So it's going to go to Miranda. Into the side today. There's a late inclusion with Trent Lavery going out. So Miranda will go from half back, looking to push the Hawks forward once again. In fact, the sides come sideways to Gawthrop. The Gawthrop assessing his options up forward, plenty of players ahead of him. Decides to go short once again to the side to Bramley. Burrows pressing up nicely and closing up plenty of space on the Hawks at the moment. There's not much room to move, so Bramley just chips again, finds Bianco. Hawks just being patient, just trying to work their way forward, pick their way through the through the Burrows press. Bianco down the line, good kick once again. Finds Alexander, so patience. So they drive it inside 50 now, they do. Alexander heads looking towards Pears. Worked off the ball nicely though. In fact, it's a foul. I think you can hear what we both thought of that one. He might have been a little bit lucky there, I think, Tate Pears. Just a bit of body work, I think, there, mate.
Yeah, and I think the Hawks did that really well because, as you're saying, Diggers were pressing up. And it's a really good thing that Diggers do, but if you're patient enough and just hold the footy, you can find little holes in a press, and it's just some sides just get a little bit antsy and want to go long, and that's what sort of the guys or Diggers rely on. So not many sides in the RDFL they can just chip around to be patient, so it sort of works. So well done to the Hawks then, and they got the ball forward and got rewarded out of it. Yeah,
absolutely, mate. That's what it's all about, having that patience, especially against sides that top end of the ladder to really press up hard. Chipping around for a little bit, but when that long kick goes in, they just gobble it up. But probably a little bit lucky there, Tate Pears, with the free kick, but the Hawks will take, and they go to 2 straight 12, the Burrows 3 straight 18. So it's been a good start, good kicking, and both sides are settling into the game nicely at the moment so far. Tell us a little bit about, I saw there's a couple of 4-pointers here, mates. Obviously a couple of recruits you've had the last couple of years in Brockwell in the ruck and Benny McMahon. Where did those guys come from?
Yeah, young Benny McMahon, so he's the brother of James McMahon. He's come across from the Melton Bloods. Yep. He's still, last year was eligible under 18s. Obviously last year didn't go ahead. Yep. So he's come across from the Bloods, and they're pretty keen to keep him, but fortunate enough he's come across to us, and he provides some pretty good tough inside football through the middle. So he's one to watch out for, and I'm not too sure about Brockwell, where he's come from, but he's certainly impressing a lot of members around Diggers, so he's certainly turning into a bit of a favourite.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Hawks go inside 50 once again. Oh, well, it's a mark to pass inside 50, and Simo said it was a late fist. Gee, he was right on the ball there once again, and Pears going to bang his second. The Hawks going to be level at 3 straight 18. Possibly two lucky ones the last two, mate.
Yes, again, I think we just, we know, I think Diggers and Woodend got enough guys in the side on both sides that know that they've what Simo's like, and so we can't really complain too much. He loves it. He's a legend of the RDFL as well, Simo, so you've just got to keep your mouth shut and play the ball as best as you possibly can, and just what happens, happens.
That's it, mate. Exactly right. Yep, he's been around long enough. We all know how it all works, so the Hawks have been on a couple of lucky ones, but I'm sure the Burrows will get a bit of luck at their rub of the green at some stage today as well. So it's all square, 3 straight 18, Pears with 2 goals for the Hawks, and Lefty Laurie with 2 goals for the Burrows as well. It's been a good start in perfect conditions at the Gilbert Gordon on a Saturday afternoon. So Stapleton Egan's back in the ruck there now as well. Tap towards the back, wrapped up straight away there. Ball in dispute, might have been a throw. French tries to burst his way through. In fact, he's taken high, and he wanted to get the advantage, but the umpire's going to call him back to take his free kick over the mark from the centre clearances. So the Burrows nailed the first 2 or 3 centre clearances, but the Hawks have grabbed the last 2 or 3, and they've made the most of it on the scoreboard. So French, one of the Hawks recruits in 2021, looks to go forward now. He just chips it through 3 Hawks there. It's young Duff Tyler, the 16-year-old. Goes inside 50 looking for Pears once again. Punched away this time by Krull. Lavery coming through, pushed towards the boundary line and out of bounds. That's a really good matchup down there, Pears and Krull. Two solid guys.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the great thing, I guess, we're lucky enough with Krull is nice and versatile. So, again, you got someone the size of Pearsy, it's an automatic straight on with Krull. He's nice and strong, and if need be, we can also move him up forward or back into the middle. So it's just going to be a great matchup today, and I think Pearsy at the moment's got a bit ahead of him.
Yeah, he started well with 2 goals. So, yeah, like you say, Crowley's played all over the place for Diggers+Rest and Rockbank over the years, and he's been such an adaptable footballer, hasn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's great, and he's just a great size. Like, he's fit, but he's also big and strong, and
can run.
Yeah,
he can still run.
He just runs. So, it's we're very fortunate to have someone that versatile on our side.
Absolutely, mate. Thrown in once again, scores level 18 apiece. Neither ruckman got a hand to it there. Bounced off Egan's knee. Cleared away for the Burrows now. Duff Tyler. Just got in the back there of Schwarzenberg, and he'll take the free kick. So Schwarzenberg looks to switch it to the outer side of the ground, and there's Fogarty. So Fogarty looking ahead now, assesses his options. The Hawks manning up well up the ground, just bombs away. Not the greatest kick in the world. Chance here, there's 2 or 3 Hawks. There's Hanegraaff, another of the 16-year-olds playing for the Hawks today. Comes back inside, he's just bumped off the ball. Ball in dispute on the far side there. Heads towards the boundary line. The Diggers+Rest player bundled over the line and out of bounds, and scores level at 18 apiece with around 18-19 minutes gone in the first quarter here at the GG. So it's going to be Egan and Ray to contest this time. Egan with the size advantage just palms it down. Free kick picked out here. It's going Diggers+Rest away this time for a hold. And Fogarty it is once again. So he started well, getting plenty of the footy across half back in the first quarter. Bangs the handball out to McCabe, I think it was once again there, down towards the wing on the far side of the ground. Handball backwards towards Franz. He now might to gather forward and just taps it towards Gawthrop. Little fumble. Might let the Diggers+Rest side in. It does. Left foot kick up towards full forward. Oh, well done there. Punched away by Gove. Out the back door in dispute once again. Chance for the Burrows. They're putting the pressure on the forward line. Shepherd with a little palm there. Falls to the Burrows once again. Great smother. Here's Laurie again. He gathers left foot. His kick smothered as well. Comes out the back door. Wrapped up in a great tackle there. Gawthrop, great tackle. Oh, jeez. They are red hot today. He was a bit stiff there, Stewie Clark. He grabbed it and was tackled pretty much straight away. I don't know about prior opportunity there.
Yeah. I think we can get the dictionary out for the opportunity. That one.
Yes, very stiff.
So I think it was a good passage to play. Good defence by Woodan, nice and tough. Kept the ball clogged up and didn't let Diggers get out with an easy kick or let the ball flick out too quickly. So they're moving the ball well now through the middle, and we're going back down long again forward.
Absolutely, mate. Just pretty patient once again, just chipping it through the middle. Just banged it. No one at home for the Hawks there this time though, but it rolls out of bounds right next to the point post on the wood end side of the ground, on the social room side. You're ticking towards time on in the first quarter, and it's all square. 18 points apiece, 3 goals, and Pears are going to contest with Egan this time. Thrown in. Pears tries to work his way to the front, laid it down nicely. Fogarty was dragged off the ball without the footy, not paid. Now he's over the footy. Simo's circling, and he says holding the ball. And there's another 50. Wow. 3 50s, 3 goals in the first quarter, mate. I'd like to I haven't seen it before, but I think we both have.
Yeah, we certainly have. I actually didn't see what that was there, so we can't say whether it was or wasn't. I didn't see it.
And we can't hear what blokes are saying.
No,
so, yeah.
I certainly thought Fogsy getting ripped off the footy without having the footy was a certainty, but again, that's football, and it's still only a goal in it, and it's been quite a good contest early, so that's what we come here today for, a really good contest, and Diggs was certainly expecting a hard game, so it's going to be early days, but yeah, I think this is going to go to the wire.
Absolutely, man. A good start for Pears now with 3 goals in the first quarter, but as we said there, I think Fogarty was a bit unlucky there with the holding the man, and then red hot on that holding the ball one too, but the Hawks will take it. They've kicked the last 3 of the last 4, so it's 4 straight 24. The Burrows are 3 straight 18. They're in the time on in the first quarter. So it's going to be Egan and Stapleton back into the middle once again. Up they go. Stapleton tried to jump in because he's got Egan with a big height advantage today, so just trying to nullify his leap a bit. Burrows with a chance to clear now. The big fella, great pick up below his feet there. Now it's going to come out the side to Morton. Morton looking ahead off the right foot, goes down towards Laurie once again. Trying to get the chest mark. Might have been dragged to the ground. Play on the call. Over the top. Here's Caruana. Squares the ball towards the top of the goal square, just a little bit too far over the head of his forwards and rolls to the ground. Rolls out of bounds in the forward pocket.
Probably could have been a little bit more selfish than Koana. There wasn't really anyone to square it up to. It was sort of more of a 50-50 kick. He was within range, so why not have a go?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. That was probably the situation where he could. In fact, it's out in the full. That was probably a chance he should have probably had a crack at the goals there. So deep in the back pocket now for the Hawks. They'll look to clear it. And here's Giddings in the goal square. So they bring it to the broadcast side of the ground. And Giddings, well, that's a poor kick. Morton with a chance. Great contest from Chapman over the top. Hepburn just pushes it towards the boundary. That's probably a win for the Hawks between Chapman, the smaller man, and Morton getting it to ground there. That's a win for the Hawks to get a throw in right on centre wing. Right in this first quarter, about 25 minutes gone. So we're getting close to quarter time now. It's going to be Egan and Stapleton once again to go at it in the ruck, as they'll do for most of the day. Thrown in, Stapleton worked his way to the front this time. Came down to Franz. He's wrapped up straight away.
He's got the football in his hand.
Yeah, Franzi gives it to Vistarini. Hawks getting a bit of the rubber green in this first quarter, definitely. Down towards half forward for them. Cicero comes across. Goes out towards Fogarty once again. He's got plenty of the footy so far in this first quarter. That was going to go out of bounds just in front of him on that far side of the ground. I think we're getting the rubber green so far, mate.
I think a couple of early ones, yeah. Certainly maybe a couple of free kicks with Simmos. Not sure about the 50s, but just noticing before, Jimmy Hepburn, it's good to see him still going around, so a bit of an RDFL legend as well, and he'd be pushing 250 games, wouldn't he, plus?
200 senior next week, actually, mate, yeah, so at Romsey, so unfortunately there's there's going to be no crowd there, which is a bit disappointing, but that's these crazy times we live in, mate, that's what it is.
Yeah, and it's good to see, like, you got Hepburn, and you got Wright over at Macedon as well, like, it's just great to see these guys still playing around, and like you got the lorries with us, it's great to watch.
That's it, mate. Some legends of the competition, that's for sure. So the ball's in the forward pocket now. Stapleton handled it up to Bramley. Bramley got it back to Hepburn. Under pressure. Got a little clearing kick and finds Bianco. So he took the mark, was paid downfield anyway. Bianco brings in towards Franzi. That's a really dangerous kick to a 1-on-2. Turned over. Stewie Clark goes for home and just kicks it straight over the head with a magnificent kick from about 45 off a step. Great finish from Stewie Clark.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? It's one step to bang the ball 50 metres. He's got good-sized trunks on him. And again, another one of those versatile plays that can go forward or back, and it's great to have up the forward line too. So we've got a bit of pace up there and also a little bit of size. So great work. Unfortunately, the big fella there at Woodend just slipped over, and Stewie took full advantage.
Yeah, worst spot to turn the ball over, 50 out in the middle of the ground there, especially with two Boroughs players lurking, and they made the most of it. So it's back to 4 goals apiece. It's been a really entertaining start here in perfect conditions at the Gilbert Gordon today for footy. Great to have it back in the RDFL, even without crowds, unfortunately, but at least we're playing, that's the main thing. Egan and Stapleton go to once again. Egan got the tap down. Hawks with a quick kick forward, goes towards Falakis. Now, in fact, that is quarter time. So quarter time here at Gilbert Gordon, and it's 4 straight 24 apiece to the Hawks and the Boroughs. For the Hawks, 3 goals to Pears and 1 to Ray, and for the Boroughs, 2 to Laurie, 1 to Clark, and the other one, lefty, Paney, McCabe, yeah. We probably should write it down, is what good commentators would do, but we're flying by the seat of our pants today. We're back with the second quarter soon, guys. apiece with the Hawks and the Burrows. The Burrows with a fast start. The Hawks came back in the latter part of that quarter, though. Thoughts on the first quarter, Pony?
I thought it was a great first quarter. Both sides moved the ball really, really well. A couple of small mistakes ended up in goals. So it's good to see both sides are punishing each other from their own mistakes. So I think we're in for a ripping second quarter.
Absolutely, mate. As you said, the wind just starting to pick up a little bit now. So Egan and Stapleton go at it. Burrows with a chance quickly to clear it through the middle of the ground there through Taylor Hine. Comes now with Vistarini. He's had a good start to the game as well. Wobbles it towards half forward, towards Falakis. Punched away, came towards Morton. He slipped over. Bramley might have just been pushing it back there. Play on the call though. They're dragging it in. The Burrows. The umpire Sergey, but this time he decides to throw the ball up. So Egan and Stapleton to go at it once again. Stapleton over the top, laid it down towards Bianco, turned over, here's Lob. Right footer up towards half forward, couldn't take the mark, got to the back, Hepburn gathers. Handles out towards McCabe, might be first there for the Burrows, just toes it off the ground.
Oh.
And out of bounds. Just a little push towards there, a little bit of frustration. Something might have been said there, mate?
No. I think Cameron McCabe just sort of pushed the ball along the ground, and the ball.
Is that paid deliberate?
And he's paid it deliberate. I'm not sure how that was in intention to get the ball out of bounds, actually, from Cameron McCabe, considering it's on his half-forward flank.
Yeah, that's it, man. And, we'll just roll our eyes a little bit at that one. And Miranda, dangerous kicking towards the middle of the ground, punched away from Giddings. Bramley gathers now for the Hawks, for the right footer, up towards the wing, but the Burrows in good position here, and Taylor Hine takes the mark. Assessing his options up the ground. Hine asked to move it on now by the umpire. He goes down up towards half forward. Gawthrop in good position for the Hawks. Up and takes a mark. Started the year across the forward line, Gawthrop. Moved to half back in the last 3 or 4 weeks and has shown much improved form. He decides to switch it to the outer side of the ground. Oh, over the top of Shepherd's head there. Laurie circling. Laurie wheeling and dealing. Off the right foot now. Just spears it inside 50. Great piece of play. And finds, is that Caruana out there? I think Pony inside. He goes there once again. And now a chance for, is that Lawton? Lawton with a chance to give the Burrows the lead.
So, it was a great piece of play. Great work from Lefty to make the contest. Ball spills forward, and certainly can't stick to the mantra that left footers don't have right footers, because Lefty just an absolute spearing right foot into, was it Caruana, and then Caruana to Lawton. So, great piece of play.
So Lawton now with a chance from about 45 out and a bit of an angle. Beautiful kick. Both teams can't miss so far today, and the Burrows retake the lead. 5 straight 30 to the Hawks, 4 straight 24, and a lovely piece of setup there and a beautiful kick inside 50 from Laurie.
I don't think the Wood End coach will mind that too much. The guys, they really sort of probably should have held the mark. Maybe it was a 50, I wouldn't call it a 50-50, it's more than that, but again, trying to switch the play, open the ground up, so I don't think the Hawks coach will mind that too much.
No, absolutely. Just a slight skill error. Just had a little bit too much on the footy, and the ball was turned over. So goals coming for both sides from a bit of pressure and turnovers, but the Hawks have probably gifted the Burrows a couple, especially their last 2. Back in the middle of the ground, Egan and Stapleton once again laid down. Clark's in there, wrapped up by French straight away, and there'll be a secondary bounce. So Egan works his way to the front. And then Lob taken eye there. And Lob, the Diggers+Rest coach, with a chance to go inside 50. Spearing kick towards Laurie. And Laurie marks it right on the, well, it's not quite a 50 at Wood End. It's probably more like about 42, 43. So 45 out, a little bit of wind. With a chance now to bang through his 3rd goal of the day playing in front. Lovely spear inside 50 from Lobby there, mate.
It was a great kick, and someone like Lefty, nice and quick, so he can certainly get the ball in that range, and it's a pretty easy mark for him in the end, having pretty hard as a defender to get your fist around with someone as quick as Lefty. So unfortunately the kick wasn't too great. He's pulled it off to the right, so we're about 15 metres out throw-in.
That's it, mate. Yeah, beautiful. Forwards love that. Quick ball out of the centre of the ground makes it hard for the defenders. No chance for the mids to push back and give him a chop out. Oh, Laurie roved off the back of the pack there. Quick sick. Ball didn't go 15 metres. And there'll be a throw up about 10 metres out from goal. Deep in attack for the Burrows now. Hawks looking to defend. Tossed up once again. Chance pushed towards the line. Bianco's in pursuit there and rolls out of bounds once again for another throw-in. So the Boroughs locking it inside their forward line. They've started the quarter well in these first 2 or 3 minutes with the first goal and now looking to extend their lead.
It's an interesting time, isn't it? Sort of 3 or 4 minutes into a second quarter. Still pretty level, so the sides will want to try and get on top early and try and break the spirit of each other. So next couple of minutes I think is going to be pretty intense.
Absolutely, trying to build that momentum in the early part of the second quarter. Clark wrapped up the Hawks player there once again in French, and there'll be another throw up. So 3 or 4 continuous stoppages now inside the Boroughs 50. Ball in dispute once again, another smother. Checked up once again. I think it was Clark once again for his second.
Yes, it was.
Shuey Clark, and that's 6 goals straight now for the Boroughs. So still both sides yet to miss today. 6 straight 36, the Hawks 4 straight 24. Lovely gather and a quick snap on his left to finish.
It was good. It was clean below his feet and nice and strong around the hips. So got reward for keeping his head over the footy and kept pushing forward. And yeah, so I'm sure he's very happy with himself. We might hear about that. He's actually just called for a rotation, so it might have been a bit of effort to get him to bend down over those big giant hips and legs.
Very good, yeah. So Clark with 2 now, and a good start to the Boroughs in this second quarter with 2 early goals to stretch the margin out to 12 points. 6 straight 36 to the Hawks, 4 straight 24. 2 goals to Clark, 2 goals to Laurie for the Boroughs, and 3 to Tate Pairs in the first quarter for the Hawks. So Egan and Stapleton to go at it once again. Stapleton has just got a left hand to the back of the contest there. Coming forward now, the Boroughs come forward. Lobs pushed forward quickly, but the Hawks managed to turn the footy over. Indiscriminate handball though. Boroughs with a chance once again. Could have been a trip. Play on the call. Now they come inside 50. Chance for Caruana. Once again goes to ground. Good tackle from the Hawks there. Wrapped him up straight away, and there'll be a throw up there about 30 out. Duff Tyler, the young 16-year-old who's played every game this year in his debut season with a big task on a Bowen medalist there in Caruana.
It'd be a great lesson too, being 16 years old and playing against probably one of the best midfielders in the RDFL, so it'd be a great learning experience for him as well.
Absolutely, mate. He's been given some big jobs so far this year, and he's done some great work on some really good footballers so far. So he's going to be a future star of the competition, that's for sure. Tommy Wilson, now the chance of the free kick, about 65 out, just squares it up towards Vistarini. The Vistarini now look to push one inside 50. The Boroughs by 12 points. About 8 minutes into this second quarter, Vistarini up towards Alexander, but got over the top of him. And a chance now to clear now for the Boroughs towards the outer side, but not a great kick. In fact, right off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full, and the Hawks will have to drive it inside 50 once again.
That was a good old shank, wasn't it? 120 out was a pitching wedge and dead right.
Absolutely straight into the bunker. So the Hawks now looking to answer those 2 early goals from the Boroughs. Kicks it inside 50, big fly, ball gets towards the back of the pack. Falakis was lurking. Handed towards the back towards him once again. In dispute. He grabs the ball now. Kick was smothered. Egan, the big fella, picked it up. He was tackled straight away as well. Ball rolling towards the boundary line out of bounds. And there'll be another throw in. So now the Hawks with a chance to lock the ball inside their 50 and try and get that answering goal.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good result from the Hawks too, because you'd much rather a throw-in than a ball up right in the pocket, because the ball's going to come deeper into the forward line and a bit more dangerous position.
Absolutely, mate. So be tossed in now, about 15 out from the Hawks goal. Ray contested with Egan that time, ball into the ground. Oh, well done. Great clearance. Almost there, but he was dragged down right at the end there. Vistarini gathers for the Hawks, goes backwards to French, snaps it inside. But good hands there from Chichira, was it? Yeah, lovely hands. Never easy to mark those ones that aren't spinning the best, and an important mark, because there was plenty of Hawks lurking there.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Cicero today, but he's a great young fella, kid from Rupert's Wood, so he wasn't too keen with the way the Rupo were conducting themselves and come across, and yeah, we're very happy with him, and he's been great down fullback. He's beaten a lot of really good forwards.
Absolutely, and a quick ball inside 50. Oh, and Caruana makes the first mistake of the day with a banana that slams into the post. And the Boroughs go to 6-1-37, Hawks 4 straight 24, but that was a real quick transfer of play, which could be an ominous sign for the Hawks. When the Boroughs get out and moving the ball nicely, they've scored quickly so far today. So Duff Tyler, the young man with the responsibility of kicking the ball in, he plays on. And he comes towards the outside of the ground. Ray has it punched away from him. Ball towards the boundary line and out of bounds. As you said before, mate, what a great learning experience for a young guy to play on a goal like Carolina.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, and I still remember being a teenager, and that was 20 years ago. Playing my first senior game, it's a daunting experience. So to come up against a Bowen medalist and someone as fit as Caruana as well, it's great experience. So good luck to the young fella.
Absolutely. So ball came in, and there'll be a throw up once again. French and Hine there, wrapping themselves up together. Egan lays it down. He might have gone over the shoulder. He did. Play on. Should have been advantage. I think you can hear what our special comments man thought of that one in the background. So Egan, the big fella now. You think someone might be looking to get off for a handball potentially here?
He hasn't got the greatest of kicks, Sean. He certainly, when he first came to us, couldn't kick the footy. So he's certainly improved and got the basics right. But he's put it in there. And Caruana, it's a great mark, 25 out. Yeah, Sean is a good project for us. So he came to us in 2012. Straight from basketball. Couldn't kick a footy to save himself. Couldn't handball. Didn't even know what a handball was. And then 4 years later, he's a senior premiership player and ended up winning the best and fairest that year too. So it's a great little win for us. And when you got a bloke 6'5" and Caruana 20 out directly in front, goals it. Yeah. So he's 6'5". He's probably 24, 25 years old now, and it's a great little get up for us, and he loves it. He genuinely loves it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. He's had a good start to the game so far. That was a good kick inside 50, and Caruana made no mistake. So that's 7. 3 quick goals at the start of this second quarter for the Burrows, and they've pushed their lead out to 19 points now. 7-1, 43 to the Hawks, 4 straight, 24. Very important for the Hawks to get the next goal now. The Burrows have all the momentum at the moment, mate.
Yeah, they do, which is good, and it's certainly one thing that they do work on is early in games and early in quarters and late in quarters. It's so important to kick goals because it's such a heartbreaker for a side when you're giving up goals late in quarters, especially out late in the second before half time. So you don't want to be going in too far down at half time because, again, as much as football is with the legs and fitness, it's very much a mental game as well.
Absolutely. So they started well. The Hawks answered late in that first quarter to square things up at quarter time, but it's been all Diggers Rest really in the first 10 minutes of this second quarter. 7-1, 43, 4 straight, 24. Up it goes once again. Stapleton Egan. Egan got his hand to it. The free kick picked out by Simo here. It's going Diggers Rest way. They've got a chance to drive themselves inside 50 once again. It's going to be through Delahaye. So he comes out. Went towards Egan, cleared his head though, and Caruana just sneaking in over the back. He's marked at about 45 metres out, and he's got a chance to kick his second goal of this quarter. He's just worked his way to the front there.
He did work his way to the front. I think that ball was actually meant for Sean Egan, but the ball just sat up in the air, and Caruana sort of fell into his lap, so that's pretty lucky there.
Absolutely, mate. That's what good players do. They read the play well, and he did that beautifully. He's just pushed this one out to the right. Had the distance, no problem, but just through for 1 point. So Burrows to 7-2, 44. Woodend, Hesket, 4 straight, 24. So the margin out to 20 points. They have kept the Hawks scoreless so far in this second quarter. And Duff Tyler, the young man's going to bring the ball back into play once again. So he plays on, and he brings it towards our side of the ground here. Contest to come from Ray. Ball came to the back of the pack, gathered there by Evans. Now a chance to come inside for Schwarzenberg, who got it across to McMahon. McMahon gathered by Hepburn now. Hepburn goes back to Bowen. Bowen up towards Bramley, and Bramley takes the chest mark. An important mark there for the Horses. Plenty of Burrows circling again. Bramley comes into the middle of the ground, taking the game on. Now Chapman back into the side today. That's not a great kick though. Turned over. Well, play on the call. Thought it should have been a free kick, and it is now. Going to Jackson, and they're not happy about it, and they're into it.
Don't have to send him off, Simo. That's ridiculous. Leave him alone.
I think he's getting his card out, is he? Or is he just tucking himself in? Yeah, he is. So Jackson, the play continues now. He works up Giddings. Read the ball nicely. He cuts the ball off. So now a chance for the Hawks to push forward. Then with the banana on the right foot. Working his way up. Almost a good mark taken there. Handball inside, now a chance for the Hawks. It's for Larkus. Kick towards the pocket, but it's all the Burrows back there. Kroll dropped what he should have marked. They can bring the ball to this side. In fact, they decide to keep it to the old grandstand side now. And the ball gets to the back. Hepburn might get there first. In fact, it goes over the line and out of bounds. So Stapleton has been given 15 minutes as the Hawks ruckman. That is not bode well for them because there's not much in terms of backup ruckman today for the Hawks.
No, but I thought that was very unfair for Stapleton. Like, it was a great passage of play for the Hawks. Unfortunately, front on contact, maybe a little bit late, and again, you're always going to see a little bit of remonstration, but I don't think that was worthy of a card, so it's bad luck for him.
Yeah, bit of an overreaction, I would have thought there. So the ball's pushed towards the boundary line once again from that throw-in, and there'll be another throw-in on the far side of the ground. So about 15 minutes gone in the second quarter. It's the Boroughs 7-2-44. The Hawks 4 straight 24.
He's a big man, Pezzy, isn't he? As he comes off, be a great target up forward. It's great to watch having someone of that calibre from Essendon to come play up at the Hawks.
Absolutely, mate. Great recruit for us this year. Fit in really well to the club as well. So in dispute once again, another stoppage on that far side of the ground. Interesting, he's come to the bench there now, so what they're planning on doing there, he'd been playing well in the forward line. Laid down Franzi with the clearance for the Hawks now. Comes inside 50. Alexander playing in front. Good hands from a ball that wasn't spinning like a normal drop punt, so he took it well above his head, and he's a lovely kick. So from 45 out of your chance to put this on the board, and the Hawks need this one, mate.
They do need that one. It's good to see confidence as well. The ball was sort of, I wouldn't call it a torpedo, it was a bit of a mongrel punt, and he's taken it pretty cleanly in the hands, and he's kept the head down. He didn't want to know what was in front of him because he just had goals on his mind, so I reckon he's going to kick this one.
Yeah, important kick. So he's looking for his first of the day, Rory Alexander. So he comes to about 45. His kick, sit up, is going to land in the forward pocket. Contest down there, punched away by the Diggers players towards Fogarty, but rolls over the line and out of bounds. About 10 out from the Hawks goal, deep in the forward pocket.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing when you do have the ball 40 out and you look up and there is spare plays, because I used to hate passing the ball when I was in range. So you just learn to keep your head down and shut your ears so you don't hear anyone.
Absolutely, mate. It's hard enough to get a shot inside 50. Just go back and bang it. Comes to the back now. Chance for the Boroughs to clear once again. Contest here with Freeth and Bramley, and it's going to be a free kick to Freeth.
Lucky Freeth. So he's a good mid-year recruit. Freeth, he did play a number of years with us and then went across to Sunbury Kangaroos, and he wanted to come back, so he came back just before the June 30 cut-off and been another great little recruit for us. Again, another guy who's fit, he's small, but can play as a bit taller, so we're really happy to have him back.
Absolutely. So thrown in now. That's 60 out from the Hawks goal. Egan got his hand on it first, comes to the back, might be a free kick to Vistarini here. It will be. Bramley doesn't decide to take the advantage. Ooh. Well, I was going to say, going on his previous form today, I thought it might have been one. Not a great kick, that one. Bounces just inside the line in front of Wilson. There'll be a throw in about 35 out from goal.
I think he was well inside the protected area there, so there's probably 150 that was there, and it wasn't paid, so consistency is key.
Yeah, I think there are a couple. I think we're a couple in front still so far today, mate. So I think we're still in front of the ledger, but that's okay. So it's going to be thrown about 40 out. In it comes. Alexander and Egan this time. Egan got his hands on it once again. Oh, surely Bianca didn't have the ball there. Play on the call. Lavery went at it. Bramley comes to the back to Vistarini once again. He bangs it inside 50. It's going to land about 20 out. 1 on 4 down there for Wilson. Did well to make a contest, but through for 1 point. So the Hawks are 4-1-25. The Boroughs, that should be 7-2-44 up on the scoreboard. 19 points. They bring it back into play now with Kroll.
We've got all the play at the moment, the Hawks, so let's see if they can try and capitalise on that. As Diggers move the ball out to the half-back flank with Fogsy. And they've caught it out in the full, so it'll be turned over again. Woodend get another chance to bang it in forward.
Yeah, they've had all the play the last sort of 5 minutes or so they need to get a bit of reward for effort here just to reduce that margin after the Boroughs kicked the first 3 of this second quarter. So pop now up towards the half-forward line. Plenty of Boroughs there once again. Might have been a push in the back though for Alexander. It was. So he's in a similar position to his last shot, which he didn't hit the ball as well, but perhaps this time he can go back and bang one through and get a much-needed goal for the Hawks.
Law of averages say we'll kick it, but it's reward, I guess, for playing in front as a forward. You try and teach everyone just to be in front because you're going to get more free kicks than against. And being a good-sized bloke as well, he should be able to get his hands up most times. So as he comes in here, again, his run-up looks pretty good. Head over the footy. He strucks it well. It's just across the face. And great mark. Who was
Mark in the forward pocket there for the Hawks. It landed in a similar spot to the last one. And it's the skipper, Al Ray, who's already kicked one so far today. Going to be tucked away deep in the pocket there. Might be a chance for a banana, I think. A good contested mark there in the forward pocket after Alexander got the free kick about 45 out from a push in the back. So
big goal this one. It brings it back within a couple of kicks, so important that he gets this one on the board.
Absolutely. He goes the banana, didn't hit it well at all. It's gone straight across the face and out of bounds on the full, and the Hawks just not making the most of their opportunities in the last 5 or 6 minutes to get some scoreboard pressure back onto the Burrows.
Yeah, especially late in the quarter now, so these are the times where you want to be kicking goals, and opposition coaches hate conceding goals at these times. So Diggers have got away with it the last 5 or 6 minutes, and let's see if they can capitalise.
And considering that they're down to 17 as well, with Stapleton off too, they're actually they're holding on not too bad at the moment. So the Burrows now with a chance to clear. Just chips it towards Carl Morton, who marks it on the half-back flank. Couple of options. Pears manning them both nicely. So he kicks up towards Pears, in fact. Just got through his hands. Sold a couple of dummies, then just goes inside 50 with a quick kick. Off hands, rolls towards the point line, or roll through for a rush behind for the Hawks. So they get to 4-2-26. Burrows 7-2-44, margin 18 points as we head towards about 20 minutes gone in this second quarter.
Yeah, we've got 20 minutes gone. Even though it's still 18 points, the game's certainly a lot closer than what it is. And with the Hawks sort of well on top at the moment, the last 5 minutes, as you were saying before, I think it's pretty lucky that Diggers got away with it. Certainly should have been, if not even, 1 or 2 kicks maybe in front, but certainly they're lucky to be 3 goals in front at the moment, the Diggers.
Yeah, they just haven't made the most of opportunities the last 5 or 10 minutes or so, the Hawks. Jackson kicks it up towards the wing. Punch down, beautiful gather there for the Burrows by Schwarzenberg. Once again, goes inside to lob, gave it back to Schwarzenberg, who kept running. Wobbly kick inside 50, just over the head of Laurie, and marked by Giddings. And downfield once again, so Vistorini is going to take the kick for the Hawks, and they'll have a chance to push forward once again. As they've had most of their play in the last 5 or 10 minutes, just haven't been able to put some score on the board though. Vistorini drives it inside 50, but it's not a great kick, and turned over and marked in the back pocket there for the Burrows by Tyquin.
So it's good Tyke, he's a good left footer, pretty strong, great half-back flanker.
So just move the ball to the outer wing now. Up towards Gawthorpe, he got a fist in there, falls for the Hawks. Oh, he tried to take him on, they might be holding the ball, I think. Yeah, great tackle. As soon as you try to fend him off and you get wrapped up, that's good. That's all trouble. Great tackle there, mate.
It was good pressure. Again, as you said, you try and take a tackler on, you get tackled, it's automatically holding the ball, so reward for effort in the tackle then.
Absolutely, down towards half forward, a couple of contests there. Gawthorpe got it to ground, rolls towards the line and out of bounds. So about 65 out from the Burrows goal rather. So they kicked 3 quick goals in the first 5 or 6 minutes of this quarter, but since then no goals for either side. But the Hawks have probably had the majority of the play, just haven't been able to put the score on the board with a couple of misses. Ray putting one out in the full, and Alexander with a couple of chances just falling short and to the right too. Thrown in, so it's Ray in the ruck at the moment with Stapleton off the ground. Might have got the tap that time, in fact. I think that one's holding the ball. That was a good tackle. And the Hawks with a chance now to move it forward through Franzi. Wrapped him up. Gave it to Bramley. Bramley just chips it to French.
So all the Hawks are pushing forward here now as well. Like they can sense an opportunity to get the goal. It's late in the quarter. A lot of tired bodies too. We've seen a lot of contests last 5 or 6 minutes. So the game's been pretty clogged up. So I think it's time to really take a risk. And the Hawks are doing that at the moment. And they've all pushed up forward.
Absolutely. Patience are key. Hanegraaff, another one of the young fellas in the Hawks side, 16 years of age too. He's looking to bring the ball inside 50. He does that. Not the greatest kick in the world. Big contest there from Pears. Falls to Falakis. Oh, just the handball was in there. Lavery gathers, spins off his left foot, goes for home. He might have kicked it, I think. What a great goal from Blake Lavery. That's the one the Hawks needed just to close the gap a little bit. They get to 5-2-32. Diggers+Rest 7-2-44. Beautiful finish on the left foot there from Blake Lavery.
Yeah, it was. It was great work, and I think that's a sign for half-time and reward for effort. They certainly should have had one earlier, but as we said before, they're starting to get a bit tired. We had a lot of contests, and they were patient. They pushed numbers up forward and ended up getting a good result for them.
Absolutely. So really handy goal for the Hawks right at half-time there. So at half-time, it's Diggers Rest 7-2-44 to the Hawks 5-2-32. For the Boroughs, 2 to Clark, 2 to Laurie, 1 each to Caruana, McCabe and Lawton. And for the Hawks, 3 to Pears and 1 each to Ray and Lavery. That's half time here. We'll be back in about 15-20 minutes for the second half. Oh, we're back here for the second half between the Boroughs and the Hawks. The Boroughs lead it by 12 points as we get into the second half. And Ray in the ruck with Stapleton off the ground at the moment. Vistarelli might have been taken high. Simmons says no. And there'll be a secondary ball up inside the middle of the ground. So Egan and Ray once again laid down. Lavery picked it up. Quick left footer down towards half forward. Pears had it punched away. Bianco roved it nicely. Handball away. Might have got it away and then taken it to the ground. In fact, it's holding the ball. And the Boroughs with a chance to clear as it comes out towards Hine. Just chips towards the big man in Egan, who marks it on centre wing. Egan now. Little right foot. Lovely kick. Finding Lawton. Lawton with a good switch in towards the middle of the ground. Now a chance for the Boroughs to attack, but the mark was dropped. Now they might be in trouble. Turned over. Bianco with a quick kick. He kicks it out towards the far side. There's no one there for the Hawks, though. The Boroughs will get there first and a chance to clear the ball once again. Works their way up towards the half-forward line. Good kick there. Oh, mark drop once again. Although there's plenty of players there. Falls down inside of 50. Punched away by Gawthrop. Beautiful front and centre. Fumbled once again, though. They've had a couple of opportunities there, the Boroughs, to pick up the ball. Just a few little fumbles at the start of this quarter. Working their way back into the start now. And there'll be another ball up inside of 50.
I think they had their hands on soap at half time and not the grippos. A couple of easy chest marks and then they one out of the fingers. So, pretty good start for both sides though. They've both had their opportunities. Yeah,
certainly a couple of chances there from the Boroughs with, as you said, little fumbles and little drop mark. Now they've got a chance once again. Comes out the back door. Oh, great fend off. That Hine off the left foot goes towards the top of the square, punched away by Duff Tyler and works its way through for one ball Hine. So the Boroughs are on the board first at the start of this third quarter. 7-3-45. The Hawks 5-2-32. They lead by 13 points. And still magnificent conditions here in Woodend on a winter's day. Very rare to see it like this, but we'll take it.
I wouldn't expect anything less, EJ, up here at Woodend when the sun is shining and we're not having beanies on.
Well, you talk about Woodend in winter, you'd say snow and sleet. You talk about Diggers Rest, you'd say the windiest place potentially on earth. So, yes, it's one out of the box for us today, mate, so we'll take it.
It certainly will. Yeah, and as you said, the wind will certainly hopefully pick up soon because that's our specialty down at down at the nest, down at Diggers. So, but at the moment, it's not really favouring either side of the ground and... it's going to be an interesting 5 minutes what happens here because the game's still very much in the balance for both sides and the old premiership quarter.
Absolutely, especially with the Hawks with their ruckman still off the ground at the moment. Laurie just couldn't pick that one up below his feet, gathered by young Hannah Graff. He goes out towards the veteran in Hepburn on the back pocket. Game 199 today. He'll bring up 200 at Romsey Park next week against the Redbacks.
That'd be a solid game too, that. The Hawks and the Redbacks. Quite a good side up there.
Well, that's certainly the first time we played them this year was a 100-plus point loss. Was far and away our worst game of the year. So we're looking to get some revenge on that one. Falakis comes inside towards Hanegraaff once again. The young man does well to avoid a tackle there. Goes back to Lavery on his left foot, just spears one Just bounce in front of Bianco. Good pick up. Got his way through 2 tackles nicely. Off the right foot. Oh, what a great effort. We'll get over the top. Hits the post. It was just in between Alexander and the goals. That would have been a huge boost for the Hawks. But the margin now back to 12 again. 5-3-33, 7-3-45. Beautiful piece of play from Bianco.
It was. He split the two boys nicely straight through the middle, and probably could have lowered the eyes and just pop up into the goal square there. But you do something as good as that, you want the goal for it.
Absolutely, just a little rush of Brill. Alexander was there, but the eyes lit up and just hit the post. So close. Would have been a huge team lifting goal for the Hawks. So another ball up. There's been plenty of stoppages so far in this game today. So it's going to be Ray and Egan once again. Ray just laid it down. Clearance kicked away quickly now by the Burrows, but Gawthorpe with a good defensive mark across half back. So he looks to bring the ball into the middle. He goes to Stapleton, who's back on the ground now, so the Hawks are back to 18 again. Giddings, great tackle from Laurie. That was a throw. Umpire blindsided potentially. Shepherd with a little fumble, pushes it towards Vistorini. Someone taken high there. In fact, it was Vistorini. And the Hawks dodged a bullet there.
He did, and then also you see Vistorini puts his head over the footy and gets rewarded for it too. So, it's been a good start. It's been pretty hard, and umpires missed a couple of things, but the guys on both sides are pushing really hard, and it's good to see.
Indeed. Branley goes out towards Hepburn. He's just worked his way up towards the wing. Found a new home down back this year. Many years as a little forward pocket inside the 50 for the Hawks. He decides to come back to Gawthorpe once again.
It's been racking my brain why he's been down back. I've always thought the little Hepburn always had the mouth on him across half forward or the wing, but seen him at half back, something wasn't quite sitting right.
Yes, no, it's certainly been a new home for him this year, but he's done a great job. He had one of his best seasons in probably the last 5 or 6 years. Farlakis with the mark, looking for 50, but just was in the contest there, no doubt about that one. So the Hawks just need some patience, as they did in that first quarter. They chipped the ball around and eventually found their way through the Burrows press. Now Farlakis is going to come the outer side. That's a good kick to find Ray. And Ray takes the mark just in front of Cicero. So Ray, the skipper of the Hawks now, just patient.
This is where Diggers will want to see for the long kick here, so it's important the Hawks keep control of the footy. They're switching the ball across their back pocket region now, and now they're open and out on the outside. So that's a great play by the Hawks to get the ball across and open it up.
Yeah, patience the key when you're trying to get through a press. It just gets up to the wing now, so the ball's going to be right in dispute on the outer side wing there. About 8 minutes gone in this third quarter. No goals so far. Burrows 7-3-45. The Hawks 5-3-33. Stapleton and Egan once again. Been a good contest all day so far. Ball looks to pop out the back door. Surely he's going to ball it up shortly. Still play on the call. Stapleton just somehow got a hand pass there. It goes towards the Diggers+Rest player on the far side. And it rolls out of bounds once again. So a real arm wrestle so far at the start of this third quarter, Bunny.
It has been. It's been a topsy-turvy affair so far. It's had quite a few scrummages and contests, but shout out to both sides, reserve sides too. Would end believe in the pub watching the game, so it's nice of the sponsors to put the stream on, and our boys are down at the club with the game on. I'm sure they're having a couple of quiet owls supporting the boys.
Absolutely. Pears now works his way around. He kicked 3 in the first quarter, just tops it up towards the top of the square. Back with the flight, Alexander. He probably should have just left it for Wilson. Still in dispute. Quick kick from Tommy Wilson. Gets the goal. And the Hawks get the first one of the second half. The really important first goal to close within a goal now. 6-3-39. Diggers+Rest 7-3-45. And good reward for effort there.
It was great. And also the big fella coming back with the flight of the pack and worked really hard. As you said, probably could have left it, but certainly wanted it most, and the Hawks got the goal out of it, so good on them.
Absolutely, eyes on the footy. Didn't know what was coming, so if you're not sure, you've got to contest it. Would have fallen to Wilson's lap, but you've done some good bullocking work inside that forward 50 so far today, Tommy Wilson, and gets some reward with his first goal of the day. So the margin back to 6 points. So really good game here on a Saturday afternoon at the GG between the Hawks and the Burrows. And Egan and Stapleton once again laid down now. The Burrows with a chance to clear. That's Hine on the left foot down towards half forward. Oh, beautifully worked under the ball there. Lob. His vast experience is shining through against another veteran in Hepburn. He plays on, gets himself off the right foot. As it got far enough, he got taken out. Just as he kicked it, it'll be a downfield kick and a virtually certain goal, I would have thought, here for the Burrows.
It was a great piece of smarts by Lob too, the ball coming over the back and just using all his big experience against a pretty experienced player in Hepburn. But I think he put a little act on for that downfield as well. There was a little clip around the ears for it, but I'm not too sure it was a going down of act of being hit.
Well, he got the reward anyway, mate, and I think it was Caruana want to pop the goal through down in the goal square there. So the Burrows get the quick reply, 8-3-51 for the Hawks, 6-3-39, so the margin back out to 12 points. So the Hawks have got close, they've got level a couple of times so far today, but just haven't quite been able to work their way in front so far on this game. So it's been a great contest in the ruck so far today between these two big guys. Egan's virtually rucked almost unchanged all day through the first 2.5 quarters. And Stapleton had a little spell for a little indiscriminate piece of play. But he's back out there now. Laid down Vistorini. He's had a good game so far. His tackle as he kicks, so works towards just in front of us here. Chapman wrapped up straight away there, and a beautiful tackle by McMahon. Now, well played there by Delahaye. He just towed it forward. Ball in dispute now once again. Now French wraps him up. Oh, jeepers. He looked like he just picked it up there. McMahon was wrapped up straight away by French. Not sure about that old prior opportunity we were talking about earlier there, Pony.
That's, yeah, again, if you've got nothing good to say, don't say it at all, Joe.
I shouldn't have put the microphone in front of you. I don't want you to get in trouble. Here we go. Morton now. Handball's up. And now a chance there. That was Delahaye once again went inside towards Caruana. He's been excellent so far. Down towards Freeth.
That's a free kick.
Could have been in the back perhaps, but no, play on Duff Toller. Just getting a fist in there. And it'll be a throw in right on the 50-metre line for the Burrows. Starting to press once again now. 8-3-51, the Hawks, 6-3-39. Important for the Hawks to hold here.
Both sides are moving the ball really well. When they get the ball outside, it just moves so fast. It's just a matter of, I guess, little skill errors that's costing it. Once it clogs it up, it's very hard to let the ball outside again. So certainly helping, I guess, with a few of these free kicks and opening the game up a bit more.
Absolutely. It's such good conditions today. No excuse for skill errors today. And both sides have been pretty good in that area. So Giddings with the free kick. Down across half-back. So he just chips into the middle. Goes to French. Now French to the outer side of the ground. Looking for the run from young Duff Tyler. He gathers. Looks to burn off Freeth. Just handballs it in front of himself. Out of bounds might be a good result here for the Hawks. That it is now. They've worked their way up to about 65 out. On the far side of the ground, the Burrows 8-3-51. Hawks 6-3-39. A goal apiece to start the third quarter. Thrown in Egan, Stapleton. Just push towards the boundary line once again, and there'll be another throw in.
It's been, as we said, we're sort of halfway through the second quarter now. It's still 2 goals within it. Just glorious conditions today up at the Hawks' Nest, isn't it? It's been great contest so far, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. I was pretty sure of myself in the second quarter, but now I think it's a few of the Diggers boys are getting a bit tired. A couple of them got a few extra kegs on their trunk, so interesting to see what happens in the next 5-10 minutes here.
Absolutely, mate, yes. Ball in dispute, magnificent conditions. Very unlike the GG. Certainly back in the day we'd be playing in a couple of inches of mud at this time of year, that's for sure. So quickly cleared away now. Hawks appealing for delivery. In fact, it was on the full anyway, mate, so it's okay. Hold that tongue. So the Hawks are with a chance now to drive inside 50 once again. With the pressure to get this goal to push it back to a 1-kick margin once again. And it's going to be French with a chance to push it inside 50. Plenty of players back for the Burrows, so decides just to be patient and come inside to Gawthrop. Now Gawthrop decides to pull the trigger, but the kick smothered, and now, in fact, it's high. And it's going to be a free kick to Gawthrop.
Good end. Doing well to give away a free kick when you smother the ball. Yeah,
I'm not sure how that one got there, but we'll take it. So Gawthrop just chips it up towards Pears. Gets to the back, wrapped up straight away there. Peeling behind the ball, but very little opportunity that time. But as we've seen so far today, that doesn't mean too much. Thrown up, Egan. Good strength to win the contest there. Lays it down, gathered by young Hanegraaff of his left foot. Just kicks it inside 50. And a good mark taken by Franzi. And Franzi from 30 out has a chance to get the Hawks in their goal, and a lovely bit of play from the young man there in Hanegraaff on the left foot just to pop it inside 50 to a great spot.
It was a great kick too, because you see Diggers, and especially a lot of the times very Pairsy focused, so the guys are getting back, trying to get in Pairsy's way, which is fair enough too. The guy's a monster and presenting awesome, so it's great for these other smaller wood end guys to, once the contest has been there, to push forward and get the opportunity, and Diggers have got to be aware of that.
That's it. So Franzi goes back and bangs it home, and we're back to a 1-goal margin once again. So the Hawks are 7-3-45, and the Burrows are 8-3-51. It's just a goal the difference. And like you said there, mate, with Pears and some of the players maybe being a bit conscious there of him, it opens up other opportunities. So it's the guys up the ground have got to realise that don't be too focused. There's going to be other opportunities for the other guys inside 50.
Absolutely, and that's where it comes down to patience as well. Certainly, it was a focus of us. Like when we first recruited Brent Tuckey back in 2012, like he was just a different beast altogether. But sides had just focused on him. But you kick the ball up in the air, he marks the footy, and it's pretty much going to be the same with Pearsy too, because the ball moves so fast. So why not get down there and give the bloke a chance? He's strong, he's tall, and he's got a good set of hands on him.
Absolutely.
So yeah, the younger guys just got to be patient, get around the back, and if the ball goes over the top, or if someone else ball comes out from the front of the pack, they're going to be in the contest for the second one.
Absolutely, yep. So it was a good bit of play there. Lovely finish from Franzi. He's been good for the Hawks in the middle so far today. So Stapleton and Egan once again. Lavery just pushed it forward. Stapleton, the big ruckman, just bangs it up towards the 50-metre line. Ray couldn't take the mark. In dispute there once again. Ball up would be a win here for the Hawks. Inside 15 it does. So they've got it their 50-metre line. A goal here. They can level the score up for the first time since it was 4 goals apiece at quarter time. So they're trying to work their way back into this game. Egan once again. He's been a rock in the ruck today so far for the Burrows. Comes towards the outer side of the ground. A little fumble there. It sits up now. A little fumble there. Now a chance coming in for the Hawks was Giddings. He couldn't quite pick the ball up, but now a chance from the clear. Vistorini with the right boot down towards half forward, but Fogarty's in the way and comes across and takes a nice mark across half back there.
That's really good by Giddings. Then he just kept it running straight at the footy. Diggers didn't want to get in his way, and ball ended up going forward end. So good on him.
That's it. Good reward for attack on the footy. So the Burrows now look to work their way down towards half forward. Gets over the back, Vistorini. Didn't expect it to get to him, so just knocked it down in front of him. Big pack of players once again. And there'll be another ball up. So 8-3-51, 7-3-45. Really good game here today with RDFL footy back after a bit of a hiatus. Let's hope there's no more this year. Oh, lovely play to emerge from the pack there. Kick it inside 50, but Gawthrop, another good intercept mark across half back there with a chance to switch the play. Just a little bit too slow. Probably just waited a couple of seconds. And the Burrows man him up. Now he'll have to go long down the line, which he does. To the ruckman, Egan and Stapleton out there. Ball gets to ground, works its way towards the boundary line once again, just in front of Vistorini. Now the Burrows can go inside 50 once again with a blazing kick. Just gets over the top. One-on-one contest now between Lobb, who works his way to the front, and Shepherd. Shepherd wrapped him up straight away, comes out the back. Freeth was it? Now gathered by Gawthrop. Beautiful pick-up. And on the left foot, good chip finds Chapman, and the Hawks with a chance to relieve themselves from the back line.
That's much better by Diggers going forward then. You see the one prior with Kirano sort of just trying to spear the ball in. When you're going forward and you've got nothing to kick to, it's all about kick to the position. 15, 20 out, put it up and give the forwards a chance. So sort of letting Diggers down a little bit going forward, and we can see when we did go forward that second time, we actually got into a position for lefty to get out in front of the footy. So much better, and great clean up by the Hawks as well.
Absolutely. So Alexander landed really heavily there, just taking a bit of time to get to his feet once again. Now Clark worked its way back out towards Delahaye once again. Now a chance for the Burrows to move forward. Kick inside 50. Gawthrop in the way once again. Has it punched away from him though. Bramley under pressure from McMahon, and the ball be over the line and out of bounds once again.
And just what I was saying, EJ, you see young fellows just try to sort of spear one in. Would end got a player's back. That's a perfect time where you got lefty one-on-one. So bang, 15 out, put it out in space. There's a left footer, so let's kick it out to the fat side to him.
Absolutely. Thrown in once again. Laid down. Here's Franzi. Good handball. Finds Bianco on the left foot. Down the line. Just needs to get over the head of Tyken, but it couldn't. And he takes a good intercept mark for the Burrows. On the wing, just in front of us here, Tyquin off the left foot, down towards half forward. Big contest down there. Clark, good pick up. Gave up to Lob, who got a quick handball away. Wrapped up straight away there. The tackling from both sides today has been really good. Teams put under pressure straight away. There's no easy positions out there for either side, and another ball up.
You've got to be quick with your hands, don't you? Or you've got to have some leg speed, so it certainly wasn't what I'd be used to normally.
You and me both, mate. Absolutely. Here comes Vistorini. He tried to break a tackle, just got his handball away. Clark's going to be first one there. Good pick up. Intercepted by Lavery. Slipped over just at the wrong stage. Ball in dispute. Big ball to be won across half forward there for the Boroughs. There'll be another ball up once again. So a really important part of the game here right now, with just a goal the difference. Halfway through the third quarter, real arm wrestle going on between both sides. Next goal really important, mate.
It is, and it's in a dangerous position. So, like as we said, Diggers go forward here. They kicked it long in, and Mark should have been taken by Freeth, but wasn't. Handball back to this, and we've pulled another interesting free kick out here. It's going Diggers' way. I'm not too sure about that, but as I said, the ball's 70 out with a throw up. It's interesting position. Woodend get out, they're banging it forward. Pairs is 1-on-1, or you get down, and now Diggers got a shot. So as you said, interesting time, 6 points of difference, and this could really help Diggers to stem the flow a little bit.
Absolutely. I think it's McMahon. Just across the face and through for 1 point. So let off there for the Hawks, 8-4-52. Woodend Hesket 7-3-45. So 7 points the difference. Middle stages of this third quarter. And it's going to be young Duff Tyler to bring the ball back into play once again, giving the big responsibility of the kicking duties as a 16-year-old. Really maturing quickly this year. He's played every game so far. So he plays on. Decides to go to the outer side of the ground. Ray contests. Ball gets to the ground. Now a chance for the Boroughs once again. Good tackle from the Hawks straight away. They ball towards the boundary line and out of bounds. There'll be another throw in. About 70 out from the Boroughs' goals. They're probably the better of the play the last 3 or 4 minutes. But they'll look to get a goal on the board and try and increase that margin out to 13.
Yeah, just like into that second term too, when Woodend had all the play. Diggers have got the play now and really got to sort of capitalise on that. We've kicked 1 point in the last few minutes and we've had all the ball. So it's important they get reward for our effort here.
Great contest between Lob and Hepburn there. Lobby just worked him off the ball but just couldn't quite take the mark. And got to ground, and there'll be another ball up. About 40 out from the Boroughs' goal.
Young Thomas Wilson's come off with a hand, was it? He rubbing his hand?
Well, he had some a thumb problem earlier in the year. He had a break and a bit of a surgery on it. So hopefully it's not a recurrence of that. Now a chance for the Boroughs. Oh, great tackle, great run down from behind there by Miranda. Clark wrapped up. Great piece of play from Miranda. Back into the side for the first time today for a month or so. And he finds Chapman, another player who has had an injury-interrupted season. Decides to go across to Giddings. Giddings in those familiar long sleeves. Out to Hepburn. Hepburn's kick, run down. Good pressure, but he followed up and he got it once again. But his kick is poor. He's put it out of bounds on the full, and just a couple of skill errors from the Hawks coming outside of the back line in the last 5 minutes or so has cost them.
Again, yes, and with the Hawks, I guess as a positive, they are moving the ball. They're getting the ball across each side of the ground and opening it up. So stop these skill errors, and they're looking at going forward. So we see before, and we were talking about being quick hands and getting the ball option. First option, Stu Clark took second, third option and got run down. So it's important in footy these days we get the ball moving quickly.
Absolutely, inside 50, down towards 3 from Duff Tyler once again. The young man did pretty well, but just taken out of bounds in that left forward pocket for the Boroughs. About 20 metres out from their goal, 8-4-52. The Hawks 7-3-45.
Do you reckon Jimmy would have missed that kick if it was towards goal?
Wouldn't have thought so, mate. No, he's a dead-eye dick in front of goal, but as he's proven over a long time. Good work from the back there from the Hawks to clear now. Here's Miranda once again. Good kick, great kick out to Bianco. Miranda keeps running. Bianco goes inside. He just slipped over, but he did well to hang on to the ball. That would have been a really dangerous spot to turn the footy over. And unfortunately, just a little fumble. Couldn't give it to Bianco. Gives it to French. So French up towards that one-on-one contest with Pears and Kroll. Ball comes to the ground. Falarkas just tried to knock it towards himself. Lavery gathered by Pears once again. Pears a centering kick. Hanegraaff, great contest, but good from the behind by Fogarty, did really well. And then a great kick off a step and opens the ground up now for the Boroughs. Comes inside to Delahaye. Now gives off the handball down towards half forward. Contest with Freef and Duff Tyler once again. And that is three-quarter time. There's the bell. So at three-quarter time, we've got a great game going on here today. It's the Burrows 8-4-52, the Hawks 7-3-45. 7 points the difference. Huge last quarter coming up, mate.
It's going to be massive, isn't it? It's been a pretty seesawing game, especially that quarter. It wasn't really high scoring. I think it was, one goal each, wasn't it? And with a couple of points in there. So it's going to be interesting last quarter, 50-50.
Absolutely. Game in the balance. We'll be back in 5 minutes or so with the last quarter. Hawks goal.
There you go. It's good, Fogs, for a kid that looks like a 15-year-old girl. He's got plenty of heart, and he's a great across the half-back. He's got good skill. He runs all day, and he's got a heart of goal.
Absolutely. Plenty of intercept marks, plenty of intercepting today. He's done a really good job across half-back. So Stapleton and Eagleton this time. Push towards the back. Chance now for the Burrows. Morton, I think it is, working his way back. And he's been pinged for holding the ball. And Bianca with a chance now to push the Hawks within 1 point with an early goal in this last quarter. Just what the Hawks wanted to get a bit of momentum in this last stanza.
Very important, as we were talking about earlier, is early goals early in quarters. So this could be an interesting turn if he jags this, which he has, straight through the middle. Umpire doesn't move, so back to a one-punch ball game.
Beautiful kick from Bianco. He's got silky skills and he bangs that one home, and the Hawks get one early in the last quarter to close the margin of 1 point. 8-3-51. The Burrows 8-4-52. It's game on here at the Gilbert Gordon on a magnificent Saturday afternoon, and just what the Hawks wanted to start that last quarter, mate.
Oh, exactly. They certainly would want to get an early goal and try and get the momentum early and get out in front. So it's going to be interesting to see how Diggers responds here. They certainly should have cleared the ball after that first contest, but a couple of, again, skill errors. Got to get the ball going forward.
That's as we've said during the day, mate. There's been a lot of pressure out there today. Tackling from both sides has been really good, so guys have been under the pump. So when it's been clean, they have to clear the ball straight away and get out into the open. Both sides have been able to score. But a lot of the scores today have come from little skill errors or ball turning over in the middle of the ground. So a good tackle from Bianco gets the Hawks within a goal. Ray and Egan contested once again. Ball in the middle of the ground, wrapped up straight away there, and there'll be a secondary ball up right dead centre of the ground. It's a 1 point game between the Hawks and the Burrows on a Saturday afternoon. Egan and Ray. So Ray thrown into the ruck. Stapleton's been moved forward. Cleared forward now by French. He's come into the game since quarter time. Down towards Bianco once again. Gathers the ball. In fact, just a little fumble, just what we were talking about. The cleanest side will probably end up winning this game today. Burrows player down. Might have just copped one in the head.
I think it's Michael Evans.
Comes back to French, who just handballs it to no one in particular, really. Now the Burrows can clear it. Both players struggling with the sun. Gawthrop came over the top.
Kick it.
Kick down towards half forward now for the Diggers+Rest side. Giddings just slipped over at the wrong stage, and now the Burrows can potentially make them pay. Handball over the top. Inside now is lob off the left foot. Laurie, in fact, it was lifty. We haven't seen him since pretty much the first quarter. Just misses to the near side this time, and the Burrows go 8-5-53. Wood and Hesket 8-3-51. 2 points the difference.
Yeah, it was an interesting one then. Yeah, Taylor Hine running towards goal but held the ball up, and then with lefty down forward. So I think this is sort of hurting Diggers a little bit. They're trying to slow it up a bit too much. They've got to get it in there and get it in quick and give the guys who are down forward, who are 50-50, got to give them a chance.
So Duff Tyler back into play, but Egan, the big ruckman, in perfect position there. Morton just around the back, just chips it now in towards the middle of the ground, and the mark taken there by Schwarzenberg. Goes inside 50 now, the kick to the pocket. Caruana just nicely worked Duff Tyler off the ball there. And the Bowen medalist Caruana can go back and give the Burrows an 8-point lead.
It was a great kick, got it to advantage. Caruana a bit using the smarts there, a bit of experience, but as I said there, again, it was kicked to a 50-50, given advantage in terms of where the ball's coming from. So just shows now we've got a shot on goal.
Yeah, perfect kick to advantage, gave him every opportunity. And one of the stars of the RDFL, Caruana, goes back and bangs it home and restores that 8-point lead for the Diggers Rest side. The Burrows 9-5-59, Wood and Hesket 8-3-51, and that's 3 goals today for Jaden Caruana.
He's been good, hasn't he? For what I expected him to pretty much play the game midfield. He's been pretty much out of the square between Lefty and Lobsy down there, so he's probably kicked 4 or 5 for us today, and I didn't expect to see him out of the goal square all day.
Yeah, been very good down forward. So 3 goals to him, 2 goals to Laurie and 2 to Stewie Clark. Have been the major goal kickers for the Burrows. Stapleton back into the ruck now with Egan. Vistarini gathers, just tackled straight away as he got a left footer out towards the far side of the ground. Lavery's the first one there. Just needs to pick the ball up. Diggers Rest player did really well to work his way to the front of the contest and make it a 50-50. Now they get the chance to work their way inside 50 once again. Down towards Laurie, who takes a good mark inside 50. Just used his body nicely.
It does, yeah. We're going long, kicking to 50-50, and now we've got a second mark. So just shows you move the ball quickly, you're going to get reward for effort and shots on goal.
That's it. Get that ball in quickly. Don't give the midfielders a chance to get back. That's a poor kick from Laurie, though. But both the Wood End, Hesket and the Diggers player slipped over, so it works its way to the front of the square. Quick kick, well wrapped up there by Shepherd, though, with a saving grace. He goes with the right boot, Banana, but he's smothered. Diggers Rest still with their chance. Caruana tackled straight away, pushed towards the behind line, and it's through for 1 point. So 9 points the lead now for the Burrows. 9-6-60. Hawks 8-3-51. Simo just telling a few of the players to vacate the area. And now Duff Tyler will be to bring the ball back into play once again. He goes short to the pocket to Vistarini. And Vistarini short once again to French. So just want to be patient here, the Hawks. Hanegraaff could have been on. Decided against that. And now he chips one towards Ray. He's got 3 Diggers Rest players to beat. 50-50 contest would be a win for him. Hanegraaff came in to give him a hand. Oh, gee, and just absolutely red hot there, Simmons. And it's going to be Stewie Clark to take the free kick. Bit stiff there.
Oh, very stiff, the Wood End bloke. What's happened? I was pretty sure the Wood End bloke had the footy then, so...
Well, yeah.
Bit of confusion, but... yeah, it's again, this is where Diggers want the long kick, which we've got out to centre wing here.
Not sure how it could have been holding the ball when Wood End had the ball. But anyway, we've been around long enough to know that if you try and work out Simo's decisions all day, then you're a better man than us. Goes to the outer side of the ground now. Chance for the Hawks once again. Just working it back inside towards Franzi. He's been solid in the middle of the ground today for the Hawks. So he looks up and he drives it deep inside 50. Here's a chance for Pears. Goes up, just couldn't take the mark. Comes to ground. Quick snap from Bianco. Egan back there by himself. And the ruckman will take a relieving mark for the Burrows.
It was a great kick into Pears then. It's just Diggers closed in on him. They're sort of, I guess, expecting the ball to go to him. But certainly had his chances and probably unlucky not to get the mark as well. Like he's got a great presentation about him. So... Anyway, we move the ball out to the wing with Diggers and Clark punches it over the line for a throw in centre wing.
So going to be a throw in here once again now. About 70 metres out from the Hawks goal. They kicked the first of the last quarter, but the Burrows with a reply straight away through Caruana. It's a 9-point game, 9-6-60. The Hawks 8-3-51. Ray and Egan once again. Egan won the majority of the out so far today. Lavery just tapped it forward. Quick kick forward now from French once again. In towards the pocket, towards Wilson. Rolls out in front of him and Fogarty, and there'll be a throw in deep in the forward pocket for the Hawks. They're looking to get the answering goal to close this margin back under 6 points.
Bit of pressure time for the Hawk now, isn't it? Sort of 9 points, so they've really got to get the next one and put the pressure back on Diggers, because it's always nice having that 1 goal buffer just to settle yourself, but it makes a very big difference when you're back within a kick.
Absolutely. Get out to 15 points again now. If the Burrows gets the next one, it starts to get a little bit tricky for the Hawks. The throw-in comes down. Here's Pears, grabbed it out of the ruck. Just got a handball at the back door towards Vistarini. He gets another handball away. Quick kick. It was from Pears. It's off the side of the boot and out of bounds, and the Burrows will be able to get a relieving kick from the back pocket as they lead by 9 points with about 8 or 9 minutes gone in this last quarter.
It's going to be a funny one out of the back pocket here because generally, I guess Hawks will want them to go long. We've got Egan out there, 50 out, ready for the long one. So it'll be interesting to see whether we take a risk and try and bring it across and open the game up a little bit, or we just go long. But by the looks of it, we're just going long here. And ball's deep into the half forward of Wood End. Ball punched away. Back into the middle. Here we go.
There's a chance now with Hannah Graff. Brings it back inside. Good pressure there. Trying to work his way out. It came towards Vista and Cake. In fact, he's paid holding the man in the end. So it's going to go to French. French quickly out towards Wilson. Barrel chested. Gave it to Gawthrop. Gawthrop, a terrible kick off his left foot. Turns the footy over. Now a chance for the Boroughs. Oh, good pressure though. A good second effort. He turned the footy over. It'd be stiff here to get pinged, the Hawk player. He got wrapped up straight away, and that is a good decision from the umpire. Didn't have an opportunity there. It was a good tackle, good pressure from Cicero, but the Hawks player had no chance, and another ball up.
It's interesting, isn't it, when the ball's under that pack, you don't know what's going to come out or where it's going to go.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a guessing game. Gawthrop with a good intercept mark. Brings it in the middle of the ground. Finds Bowen. So Cody Bowen, right footer, inside 50. Oh, just slipped through the fingers of Alexander there. Works its way to the back. Now a chance for the Boroughs to clear once again, which they do. Hawks players lining up. They've got numbers there. Little touch of the fumbles from Gove. Now he's wrapped up as well, and the Boroughs might turn the footy over, but the Hawks are there. Stapleton, the ruckman, gathers, gives it across to Gawthrop. Needs to move it quickly. He did well to get it to French. Now they can open up this side of the ground. French with a bounce. Right footer, inside 50, but he's picked out. That is the man in Taekwon down there with a lovely intercept mark. And he can just settle it down for the Boroughs. Goes to Hine. So Taylor Hine. And they just want to play a bit of possession footy. That's not a great kick. Over the head of Morton. Taekwon goes back and helps him out there. One way, then the other. Now Morton. He could be in a bit of trouble, but they did well. They worked it well on the end. Taekwon with a clearing kick to the far side of the ground. One-on-one contest. Diggers player could have got one across the shoulder there. Play on. Hawks turn the footy over. Bowen comes back to Stable, but on the bounce. Did well to gather. Looking where to go now. That comes inside of the centre circle once again.
Out wide here.
Oh, French tried to take the player on. He just gets away. So now he drives it inside 50. But once again, plenty of Boroughs players back, and Taylor Hine. He had the option to come wider then, mate, as you said.
Yeah, the Hawks are pressing, aren't they? They moving the ball pretty well across the centre of the ground. They're trying to get the ball into open space going forward. But Diggers have just got their numbers there and trying to sort of bottle the game up a little bit. And there's a few tight boys out there, so I can expect to see a few more sort of ball ups and trying to really slow the game down.
That's it. It's just that last kick going forward, and now a chance for Delahaye as he goes inside 50 towards Caruana once again. Got over the top, rolls towards through for another behind for the Diggers Rest side. 9-7-61. The Hawks 8-3-51. Yeah, just that last kick going inside 50 for the Hawks at the moment. And they're building up towards the middle of the ground, but just inside the last 3 or 4 times they've turned the footy over.
They are, and Diggers doing well to defend really hard and get the numbers back. So it's basically when you get the numbers back, there's not many numbers up forward. So we've really got to work hard to keep control of the footy.
That's it. Duff Tyler went straight down the middle of the ground, got past Ray. But it's worked all its way all the way to the other side of the centre circle for the Hawks, and a free kick picked out is going the way of Pears. He wanted to play on quickly. But the umpire says that he is, but I don't think he'd be that big, mate. That's might let that Diggers Rest win behind him. He might be a chance if he was kicking with the wind down there. So
here he goes long. Puts the pressure on Diggers here, so he's got to bang it in and get it out in space. Here he goes, just like he's doing here.
That's it. Get it in deep. Kicks it towards Vistarini. Could have been held, and he was. I think that one was definitely there right in front of us.
He certainly was.
And Vistarini with a chance there to get that margin back inside a goal once again.
It's a great kick of the footy from what I've seen today too, so you'd nearly back him in for this one.
Yeah. He's a lovely user of the ball. It was a good kick from Pears just to put in those pressure, those one-on-one contests. And
it's always concerning when Simo's speaking to you on the mark too. You don't want to talk or say anything.
That's it. Don't say that wrong word back. He'll be straight back on the line. So Vistarini kick it from probably about 40 metres out. The right forward pocket. Big kick here for the Hawks to try and close the margin under a goal once again as we get towards the middle stages of the last quarter. So Vistarini been good all day today so far. Comes in, His kick is just hanging out to the right and through for 1 point. So the Hawks 8-4-52, Diggers Rest 9-7-61. It's a 9-point margin, middle stages of the last quarter.
Interesting times. The old cliche, next goal wins.
Absolutely. Well, it's never been more important than now, probably, mate, because you said, because the Hawks get it, it's under a goal. Boroughs get it, it's 15 points, probably under 6 or 7 minutes to go, makes it pretty hard for them.
It does. It's never good coming from that sort of far down when you're 5-10 minutes to go, and as Fogsy's just turned the ball over, 50 out on the half forward for the Hawks.
That's it. So Bianco has had an excellent second half. Probably a little bit too far out to score, I would say. So Bianco, kick it from about 50 out to the top of the square, doesn't hit it well at all, and just narrow. So 8-5-53. Diggers Rest 9-7-61. So it's an 8-point game. The Hawks have missed a couple of opportunities lost in the last 5 minutes or so. As we said, really important next goal. After a really high-scoring first quarter, it's been hard to kick goals since then. Ball works its way to the back. Lob got there first, tried to go off the ground, missed it. Then tried to kick off the ground for Lawton as well. The Hawks eventually turn it over. Shepherd just gets a handball out, but now a chance for the Boroughs. McMahon goes inside 50. Caruana and Duff Tyler there in a one-on-one contest. Young Duff Tyler does well to get back. Caruana, good tackle. Just handballs it towards the line. How will the umpire see it? He decides to throw it in.
That's a great contest by the young fella. Got out in space there and sort of beat Carano to the ball and took him on, so good on him.
Yeah, it was a huge contest to win in a one-on-one. They're virtually only two inside 50 then. Caruana wins it, potentially a goal, margin out to 15. As it stands now, the Hawks still right in the game, 9 points the difference. Punched towards the line once again. Shepherd tried to pick it up. Laurie in hot pursuit. And there'll be another throw-in.
It's important here with the Hawks. If Diggers win the footy, the Hawks have got to have one guy back here, sort of 15, 20 out, because with Diggers just got two one-on-ones, and both of them would back themselves to win the footy as well. So it's important the Hawks get one back. Yeah,
plenty of space for them to work into. Quick kick inside 50 could be real dangerous for Caruana. Laurie tried to go off the ground. Then another kick off the ground towards the other side of the goals, and it rolls out of bounds about 10 metres out on the left forward pocket now for the Diggers Rest side. They've had the ball for the last sort of 2 or 3 minutes now, just trying to get their chance. The Hawks had their opportunity. They missed a couple. Now the Boroughs trying to make them pay and increase that margin out to 15. Stapleton was held.
Yeah, just threw him out of the ruck. So it's going to be a bit smarter than that, Stewie Clark. But the ball comes out to the half forward, and we got Frothwell drops one. So it's all in dispute. You can see Taylor Hind out to Swazza. Swazza left foot in, and the ball's held up. One of the ball spills out. We've got Evans. Evans hand out to Stewie Clark on his preferred right. Chips it in. Capuano, nice. Capuano, Carano, nice mark there on the chest.
Yeah, nicely done. Just worked their way out and finds Caruana. He's deep in the pocket. Never an easy pocket to kick goals from down here. But this is a big one. He might decide to run around and go with a bit of a snap. 8 points the margin. This to try and increase it out to 14.
Does he go a bit of J time? Get the banana bender happening?
Well, is he a left footer or is he right? No, he's just going to go right footer. So perhaps work his way out. He says, no, I'm just going to go back and bang it. And that's exactly what he does. That's his third goal for the day, Caruana. And they go to 10-7-67. Diggers Rest, Woodend, Hesket, 8-5-53, 14 points. That's a big goal in the context of the game, mate.
It was, and it was also a great little chip by Stewie. You know that Jaden's pretty quick and kept it in basically low and in front of him for a young fella. So get that ball coming in nice and low. It's pretty easy for a forward to take a mark, and at worst, you're getting a free kick because the guy's going to slide into your back. So well done to Stu and well done the boys for winning the footy there in the contest, because it was 50-50. I think Woodend was out here if they had won that footy too. So reward for effort.
Yeah, it was a nice bit of class from Clark to find Caruana. That was his fourth goal, in fact, his second of the last quarter. Margin out to 14 now, so absolute must for the Hawks to get the next goal and get it quickly. Stapleton and Egan go at it once again. French and Miranda both quickly wrapping up Delahaye, I think it was, in there. And there'll be a ball up once again. So past the halfway mark of the last quarter, Egan and Stapleton comes to the back of the pack. Diggers Rest inside 50 over the head of Laurie. Gets to the back end. Gawthrop with a relieving mark. He's just done something there to his leg by the look of it. He's got the hand up. He's had a couple of little calf issues, so hopefully it's not that again. Hanagraph did well. Quick handball though. Egan, the big man, just needs to bend in and pick it up. Did well. Tried to handball it away. Didn't go far though. Ray taps it out the back to Miranda. Miranda, quick kick off the side of the boot. Stapleton might get there first. Fogarty in there as well. Hanagraph comes in too, the young man. He was tackled by the leg. Well done, Finn Hanagraph, and he'll take a free kick right on the wing.
Sort of a professional free kick, that one. Just slow it up and get the players back.
Absolutely. Into and towards half forward. Bianco floats in. Holding paid though. Vistorini was holding there, and it's going to be a free kick that Burroughs able to relieve.
Yeah, McMahon.
He comes out to Hine. The Burroughs just look to take a bit of time off the clock potentially now. Just be patient. They've got the lead.
Interesting one for the Hawks here. Cesaro's come off with a, looks like an ankle or something. So key back for Diggers. That'll be an interesting when the Hawks go forward next.
Yep. So it's Tyquin. He decides to chip away as well. Up towards Giddings and Lawton. Ball gets to the back. Oh, well done. Big, magnificent stuff. Came inside. Gave it to Schwarzenberg. Wheeled his way around. Goes inside 50 to the right foot kick. Vistorini back with a flight. Courageous. Coming across there to do well with Shepherd. Gave it to Gove. Gove comes out to Giddings now. Giddings with the ball. Just in front of us. Oh, terrible kick. Turns the ball over. And the mark taken by McMahon. He goes inside. Lob.
Go long.
Now's McMahon once again. McMahon from 6. He just pokes it out in front of Caruana. Comes up to meet the footy. Just couldn't pick it up this time. Ball comes to the back now. Chance for the Hawks to clear. Once again, he's wrapped up straight away. In fact, taken high. And the Hawks with a chance, with a relieving chance to clear now. It'll be through young Duff Tyler once again.
Yeah, it was an interesting piece of play. Diggers really could have held the footy and take their time going forward. Then they had plenty of loose people everywhere, but yeah, just fuffed around with it. Too many short handballs, which ended up turning the footy over.
So Shepherd, Bowen, down the line up towards Alexander. Good hands. Important there against two players for the Burrows. It was a really good mark. Alexander looks up. Thought about going to Wilson, but he's closed down by Fogarty straight away. So Alexander plays on. And off the right foot, that's a real shank.
Oh.
Tough one to mark, and it was just that, Jackson. Got it across to Schwarzenberg, who works his way around once again. Chipping kick. Alexander could have got one in the back. Play on the call, though. Good body work from Hine. Gave it across now to Delahaye. Delahaye inside 50, but he turns the footy over, and the mark taken by Stapleton, working his way back in the ruck. Stapleton to the outer side of the ground. Oh, Shepherd just held onto it.
Stapleton, then back, didn't he? Get in the hole and cut Carano's run off.
Absolutely. Did well to work his way back. But a big turnover here now.
Lob's
and here go the Borough. Lob just lines it up, and that might be nearly enough. Lob kicks his first goal of the day, and the Burrows to 11-7-73. The Hawks 8-5-53, and just a shocking place to turn the footy over in that part of the game.
Yeah, if you're going to go across the ground, especially through the middle, you want to be making sure it's 100%. So when you get someone just like you guys, if you turn opposition turns it over and you got a Hepburn or someone like that, those little blokes just don't miss and they love it. So lobbies, punish you guys for mistakes, but again, if you're not going to take the risk and go through the middle, you're going to go pack to pack. So at least they're having a go, which is a risk, positive risk.
Especially this stage of the game when you're 14 down, getting late in the last quarter. It's a bit of risk-reward. Didn't come off this time, unfortunately, and the margin's now out to 20 points for the Burrows.
There's nothing worse than seeing football that just goes long kick to long kick. So at least guys are trying to get the ball open and run with the footy, which is great to watch.
Absolutely. Egan over the top. He's been really good in the ruck all day today. Clark with the clearance inside 50 down towards Caruana, and Duff Tyler once again. Ball rolls towards the boundary line and out of bounds. About 25 out from the Burrows goal. So they've just steadied after the Hawks got the first in the last quarter. The Burrows have kicked the last couple to get their margin out to 20 points now. And getting towards 20 minutes in this last quarter, you'd think it started to get away from the Hawks today. Thrown in. Gets to the back of the pack. Coming through with a quick snap. Was that Lob once again?
It was Lob once again. And again, the little fellas, they love it. They rove well, and a bit of the goal now. So he's been what he's been renowned for, and is a great recruit when he first came to the club in about 2015, I think it was. So blokes like that are just dime a dozen, because if you can get 2 or 3 goals out of the little fellas, it makes the big guys really stand up, and you can't have little guys kicking more goals than big boys. So It's a great competition for the forwards, and good on him.
Yeah, he read the ball beautifully then, and 2 quick goals to the coach, Jamie Lobb, and that's definitely all she wrote for the Hawks now, unfortunately. 26 points to margin, 12-7-79, 8-5-53. It's been a really good game here today, but the Burrows have just steadied when they needed to and get an important win as they push towards their finals campaign. Egan, been really good. Guts it out to Schwarzenberg. He's been good today as well.
Really good today, yeah.
Yep, Schwarzenberg inside 50. Giddings comes across and takes a good intercept mark. He really impressed me, Schwarzenberg.
He has. He's been good. He's a young fella, only 18 years of age. So he came across. He's had a couple of quiet weeks, but his first game for the club, I think he had 30 touches and kicked 6. So not bad for an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah, take that one every day of the week. Absolutely. Ray dishes off to Bramley. Out towards Wilson. So the 3 mates just combining there. Goes down towards Pears. Picks it up. Just pushes off a couple of Diggers+Rest players. Goes inside looking there for Wilson, who's working his way down once again. Goes to ground. Players pile up on the footy, and there'll be another bounce. About 40 metres out from the Hawks goal. They trail by 26 points into time on in this last quarter.
Good opportunity for the Hawks too to keep persisting and running and trying to switch that ball. Like you said, the game's probably, you'd call it just about done, but as long as they keep running and really work for the Romsey game next week, because the last thing you want to be doing is giving up and just kicking the ball long.
Absolutely, mate. You want to keep playing the way you want to play all the time. Take some risks, especially this time of the game. Franzi goes inside 50. Ball comes to ground. There's Jackson. Just a little fumble, but plenty of time to pick it up. Goes back to Tyquin. Tyquin just works his way around it, and now off the left foot. Oh, terrible kick. Vistor, I think it bounced just in front of him. He tried to claim the mark, but it definitely bounced in front of him there, and there'll be a bounce. Ball up about 48 from the Hawks goal. Deep in this last quarter.
It's getting a bit dark out there now too. I think the weather's going to close in, so we might get that snow tonight.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think we're just going to beat it. Franzi goes towards Vistorini, and that is it.
That's the best song we've had all day.
That's it. That's the final score. That's all she wrote. And Diggers+Rest get over the line by 26 points. 12-7-79 to the Hawks, 8-5-53. For the Burrows, Caruana kicked 4. Laurie, Clark and Lobb 2 each, and 1 to McCabe and Lawton. For the Hawks, Pears kicked 3. 1 each to Ray, Lavery, Franzi, Wilson and Bianco. 26-point win, mate. Really good game, though. It really only just broke up that last sort of 5 or 10 minutes when the Burrows steadied and got over the line.
Outside of that last couple of goals from Diggers, it was close all day, and certainly Woodend had their chances really early in that last quarter. So basically could have been anything.
Yep.
Really enjoyed the game. It's been a pleasure being up here calling with you today, and wish the Hawks all the best the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely, Pony. Great game today. Hope everybody enjoyed our call from a couple of blokes that flying by the seat of our pants a bit. We haven't done it much before, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks everybody will get our crowds back out there once again. Great win for the Burrows today. They consolidate their spot inside the top 4, and the Hawks, they'll try and build next week. We can take a Romsey, a big day for them. It'll be Jimmy Hepburn's 200th senior game. Thanks everybody for watching and listening today, and we'll see you again soon.